Yo, what's good, gang? This is Dope Guy, and I am back with another video, big dog. Yo, I hope you guys are all doing well out there because I'm doing alright. And here I am spinning the block with content for y'all, man, on my soul. Hey, yo, today's video, we got the inside, the $50 million miniature world, man. Yo, man, shout out to all my people in Germany, man. From what I'm reading from the description, this takes place in Hamburg, Germany, a miniature wonderland. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to tap into this video, man. Shout out to Supercar Blondie. Make sure you go subscribe to the channel first and foremost. Much love, respect. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, shout out to all my people in Germany. Much love, respect to y'all, man. I'm learning more about the history and the things that goes on out there. A lot of architecture, all that good stuff that I've watched in the past. And I cannot wait to get into another video about anything that goes on in Germany. So shout out to y'all. But before we tap in, subscribe to the Dope Guy. That way to get notifications every time I upload. And from right here on Snapchat and Instagram right across the bottom screen. So that being said, I'm not going to hold y'all much longer because y'all already know this. Go, big dog. Let's get into it. Yes, sir. Let's go.
What's up? We're at the world's largest miniature world where basically it took over 1 million man-hours to make.
The world's largest miniature world is wild, bro. That's crazy.
45 million euros. This is also the world's largest RC scale train railway.
Oh, damn.
It's also a miniature airport. A lot going on. Over 1,000 trains. And today, I'm going to show you guys around. So let's have a closer look. Later.
Wow.
I've traveled to Hamburg, Germany to check out the impressive Miniature Wonderland.
Miniature Wonderland.
An intricate miniature world that's as big as London's Hyde Park.
Damn.
12 separate sections representing different areas around the world are connected by a Guinness Book of World Records longest model railway. That's 16 kilometers of railway tracks, which is like two Mount Everest stacked on top of each other.
Wow.
And if you combine all the mileage on the trains, it's enough to go around the world 26 times. A total of 1,040 trains.
Who comes up with these numbers, bruh? That's some... Man, I don't know who breaks down the numbers, but that's impressive. That's impressive, and that's information you think you didn't need to know or wanted to know, but hey, when you hear about it, you're impressed by it.
12,000 wagons, over 10,000 buildings, and more than 300,000 little miniature human figurines populate this tiny universe.
That's insane.
We're about to walk around this huge miniature world, check out the behind the scenes of how this incredible operation is kept running, and meet the creators, who, by the way, even created a little miniature supercar Blondie herself, which will remain part of Miniature Wonderland's Monaco section forever. So if you ever go, see if you can find her. Our first stop on the Miniature Wonderland train journey, Nufingen International Airport, which took an incredible 4 million euros and 6 years to build.
Damn.
All right, now this is the world's largest miniature airport.
That's amazing.
It's also the world's first miniature airport. So
look at that.
You have over 400 planes in Miniature Wonderland.
Bro, look at that layover. That layover.
Air France. You have
that layout.
You have FedEx planes. You have Lufthansa. You have Europcar here for your car rentals. It's gonna take off. Ready?
That's insane.
And he's off. Now the airport is called Nufingen Airport. It's made up, but it took over 6 years to build, over 4 million euros, and it's over 150 meters squared. You're going to see there's over 45 different airplanes. You have A380s.
That's awesome.
You have Star Wars craft. You have everyone doing their job. You have the storage trucks driving around. You have the airplanes taxiing for takeoff.
That's amazing, bro.
People handling the luggage, the gas over there. So let's go through this. All right, look, so we're underneath Miniature Wonderland right now, so you can see kind of the bones. So here, a lot less decorated, but you have, wooden columns. You can see that the surface is actually just kind of like a plaster. And you still have the trains and cars kind of driving around. You have some in the back going about their business.
That's awesome, man.
And what's cool is that all the individual trucks and cars, when they run out of battery, they're programmed to drive through the back and charge themselves. So if you look closely, for example, the fire truck has these little metallic bits on the sides. So these metallic bits that stick up, they run through here, and they get charged through these other metal plates.
That's insane.
And when they're done charging, they reverse by themselves, get out of here, and go back to the airport. It's super impressive.
That's crazy.
So much software engineering behind all of this. Like, from the outside, it looks easy and it just flows, right? But you have tech everywhere. The software is built in-house. The hardware is built in-house, basically.
Look at that.
Programming that makes
Look at that. That's a real world, like real life. That's crazy. I would love to see that in person, bro.
When we go to the other
That's
side,
insane. Never seen nothing like that. Look at that.
the
It takes
behind the
off.
scenes. So when an airplane
That's
takes off from the public view, it goes through kind of that little cloth, lands here, and then it'll do the cycle all over again. It's so funny. If I didn't know, I would literally think that the security screen is like an actual airport.
Look at that. Look at that. Got the flight times on when a plane is arriving. That is dope, bro.
Security screen is like an actual.
That is
airport.
amazing. That is crazy lit. That's, man, bro, that is impressive as hell. Bro, look at that, man.
Moving on from Zoetermeer Airport, I then headed over to Scandinavia.
Scandinavia.
And checked out the fjords. This took 140,000 hours, and it's got a surface area of 300 square meters.
Look at that, man.
Actually, 30,000 liters of real water. Look at the size of this cruise ship. Huge.
Love cruises, man. I've only been on one cruise, but I had a good
It would
time.
actually sink 30,000 liters of real water. It completely goes end to end.
That's crazy, bro.
On the other side is the snowy area, and it's got 2 kilometers of railroads. So you're going to see that going this way, but throughout Scandinavia, 2 kilometers, 2,000 meters.
That's wild.
The railway runs throughout the whole of Wonderland, traveling through Hamburg, Italy, and into the USA, where we checked out Las Vegas and Florida, and then, my favorite, Area 51.
Area 51.
So moving past the Nevada desert, we have Vegas.
Love Vegas. Been to Vegas twice.
So in the middle you have the Luxor, that's the pyramid. And then
Luxor.
You have the whole kind of amusement parks inside the city.
Bro, look at that, man. Look. Hold on. I'm sorry.
And then
That's impressive as hell, man. That's impressive. I want to know how much it costs to visit this type of exhibit, man. I want to know how much it costs. Whatever it costs, I know it's worth the money to go see that in person, man, because I've never seen anything like this in my life. Like, that's crazy.
have over the whole kind of amusement
Look at the trucks and the desert and
top of the tower.
King Kong. Was it not King Kong?
And then you have drive-in cinema. Think that's gonna turn on?
Drive-in movie.
Oh.
Pixar.
Can you imagine they played a whole movie now?
That'd be insane.
Taken off? This is cool, man. To be honest,
that's some cool
I had some
shit.
expectations of Miniature Wonderland, but I didn't think that it would go into this much detail. It's
not
so
at all.
Sophisticated.
Everything is just very much detailed.
Now, below Mount Rushmore,
thought
we have
out.
this little base, but doesn't look like much is going on. But here we have a button that says Area 51.
Uh-oh.
So watch what happens if I press it, because it's actually
Uh-oh.
underground.
Spaceship.
Just like the
Area 51,
so
aliens
have
and
like
shit.
a spaceship maybe being reverse engineered. Maybe some American black projects. You know, top secret right here.
Look at that, man.
You have the little planning board right there. You have a portal opening up. Maybe they discovered how to.
Man, bro, that's impressive.
Dimensions or reality. Look, there's some aliens inside the portal.
That's some wild stuff, bro. That's impressive as hell.
Suspicious.
I like that.
And they have a cow. So we never know what's going on in there.
Have no idea.
On the other side, you have this sign, International World Domination. This represents like a secret underground military bunker where, look, they filmed the moon landing. This is kind of like the conspiracy corner. So even on a miniature level, you have the elites trying to dominate the world. Look, if you look very closely, it says Illuminati.
Holy shit. Illuminati's
That's
crazy.
pretty funny. And there's the, like a Loch Ness Monster submarine. For you guys to get an understanding of how big this place is, they even had to build a bridge and expand into another building. So, we're literally crossing to see Rio de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro.
We have obviously...
Look at that's the beach!
We have Christ the Redeemer up there, one of the 7 wonders of the world. And this is about 46 square meters of
Yikes.
to go all the way to the end. And it was built in collaboration with South American model builders, the Martinez family, one of the best in the business.
Look at that.
And
Traffic, the nightlife.
Makes me want to go to the beach.
Hell yeah.
Being Rio, eat out the carnival.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's impressive, bro.
Over here, the favelas. You know, this is where Neymar came from, so we can thank the favelas for making
Neymar?
They should have a little football pitch somewhere around here. All right.
Bro, look at this, man.
This is the area. This is where some of the best football players in the world are made. Mini football pitches in the favelas in Brazil. Next up on my trip around this miniature world was Switzerland.
Bro, that is impressive, man.
I think this is one of the most visually impressive parts.
Look at that!
Wonderland, because of how high up it goes. It's actually 2 floors. You can see people up there on the kind of a balcony. I poked my head out right behind that bridge at the beginning of the video. So next to the mountainous region, what is Switzerland also known for? It's chocolate. And they have a chocolate factory. It's actually a Lindt chocolate factory. And when I press this button, the machines start turning.
Look at
and
that,
over here you can see how unwrapped chocolate gets wrapped through this little machine right there. So it goes in, gets wrapped, and then
I want to look up how much the tickets cost to even go to this type of exhibit, man. That is amazing, bro. This is fantastic. I've never seen anything like that. It's a miniature world, bro. It's crazy. Rio de Janeiro, Switzerland, Vegas, all that stuff, bro.
If I'm lucky,
shit is fire, man. That is awesome, dog.
It's chocolate for myself. There you go.
It's real chocolate.
Not just for show. I mean, this, you open it up, it's actually wrapped.
It's real chocolate.
And you have real Lindt chocolate.
It's real chocolate.
Tastes like, take a look.
Look at that.
A little Swiss concert going on. Lights are going to go down. And
that's a concert. Look at that, man. Look at that. That's like a real life concert. Bro, this is some of the best. This is probably one of my favorite videos I've watched so far.
Okay, if you want.
Everything is so detailed. Look at that.
It's DJ Bubba. That's right. DJ Bubba.
That's wild, bro.
Bobo. I was keen to see how a miniature world is even made. So I met up with Garrett Braun, one of the co-creators who, together with his twin brother Frederick and a friend, brought this incredible world to life. All right, guys, we're here with Garrett, who is one of the co-founders. He actually founded this with his twin brother.
Oh, shout out to him.
One of his friends. Yes. So, okay, how did you go about starting all of this?
We had a nightclub, dancing all the night.
Okay.
My twin brother was ready for doing something on the day, not at night.
Okay.
And he had the idea. It was a phone call, and he told me, Garrett, I have the idea to build the biggest model railroad in the world. That's our future.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Did you guys have any kind of background in that space?
Not really. We played with our model trains being a child.
Is everything made by hand? Are you guys
nearly the small figurines? Not all. You can buy them, but most of the things we built by our own.
Because this is literally, I mean,
look at that.
Each flamingo is being placed one by one.
Look at that.
And that's a lot of flamingos. I mean,
we designed them on the computer.
What a way to go to your brother and say, hey, I got this idea. Hear me out. I would have thought he was crazy if I would have heard that. If I was his brother, like, what? And then if you trust your brother's judgment on things, you'd be like, we could really make this shit pop. We could really make it work, bro. And here we are with, look, here we are.
The colors.
Crazy.
Everything else is made by hand.
So you painted the flamingos? I mean, if you consider the scale of the entire miniature world, just even drilling the hole by hand one by one, it's a lot of...
You can't make that up, bro.
Yeah.
That is creative as hell.
Over here we have some cars, so obviously as a supercar page, this is kind of right up our alley.
A few years ago, we could buy these cars.
Yeah.
But today, no manufacturer gets in takes $100,000 to build the first one to bring it to the market. So we have to do it by our own.
So these are
them on the computer, then 3D printing, then painting,
Wow.
and put together. You can't buy them.
So this is made in house?
Totally.
There you
They
go.
make them cars themselves.
Here you see the new electric cars from Kia, Hyundai,
Fire, bro.
Volkswagen. You can't buy them.
Okay.
Because at the moment we're trying to put many electric cars on the layout because in the normal world 2 or 3% are electric.
Yeah.
On our layout, nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
There are no manufacturers for electric models.
Yeah.
So we have to do it by our own.
I'd also heard that Miniature Wonderland had created something one of a kind just for supercar.
Look at those
bonding.
bikes.
So I couldn't wait
Bicycles.
to chat to the model makers to find out what this was. All right, so let's speak now with Teresa. She's one of the model makers.
Hello.
So she's working on a very special project right now. She's actually working. Let me see if you guys can guess who this is. Ready? Take a closer look. Does that ring a bell? That was awfully familiar with the hat and the blonde hair and the pants. But you know the black pants? They look too plain. I think that they're missing something, you know?
Yeah, the dots.
The dots. That's right. There we go. Now the pants
That's
have become
impressive.
designer pants. Now it's starting to look more like Alex. The price of the pants just went up.
The little things on that life.
That's right, that's right. It's amazing what a couple of dots can do. That actually looks a lot more like Alex now. There you go. Alex's new home was going to be Miniature Monaco, which boasts a stunning marina
Look at
with
that.
175
Marina, the
luxurious
marina.
yachts, the picturesque old town of Monacoville, and St. Nicholas Cathedral. And the crown jewel of this miniature marvel, the Formula One circuit. A highlight that's been in the works for over 11 years and cost 5 million euros to create.
Shit.
What's crazy is that even the Formula One races are live streamed on these little tiny mini TVs. And when there's a winner,
That's crazy. It's like
also
watching a
announced
real
celebrated
race.
on the podium, just like the real thing.
Look at
Okay, we'll
that.
get her reviewing. Yeah. Like she's reviewing a car in the middle of Monaco. That's actually believable. Yeah. And there she is.
Awesome.
So pretty.
And she's set in
That's
stone.
impressive. Look at that.
That's pretty cool. So guys, that is what $45 million of Miniature World looks like.
And it's worth
You enjoyed
it.
it as much as I did, and I hope Mini Alex enjoys her new mini home. As I said earlier, if you ever go, see if you can find her. Let us know in the comments what your favorite area was. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and see you next time.
Wow. My favorite part was all of it, bro. I can't just pick one. That was a dope tour of the miniature world, bro. The price that they paid to put this together was well worth it. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who's out there in Hamburg, Germany, I advise all y'all to go check that out. I would love to go see that in person, bro. That is impressive. Shout out to the team. Shout out to my man Garrett's twin brother, man, for coming to him like, yo, I got this idea. That is crazy, bro. If you hear that, if you was him and you heard that for the first time, you'd probably look at him like he's crazy. Like how the hell we gonna do that? But yo, they pulled it off, bro. It took years in the making. It was awesome. Everything about it was dope. The airport was fantastic. The racetrack, the Rio de Janeiro beach, fire, bro. That was amazing. Everything was just top tier, man. Shout out to them out there in Germany. Much love, respect to y'all, man. That was amazing, bro. I would love to see that in person. I'm gonna look up and see how much those cost, bro. Whatever the price it is to get in, it gotta be worth it, bro. Because you're not gonna see nothing like that ever, bro. You see how everything was so detailed, and they make, and the cars were homemade. That's amazing, bro. That's fire, bro. To come up with this idea and put this together. It's a miniature world, bro. It's lit. The Switzerland concert, that was dope too. Everything was dope. I can't just pick one, I'm sorry. But shout out to them out there in Germany. Much love, respect. Supercar Blondie, make sure you go subscribe to the channel. Tap in with them, man. Shout out to him with the video. That was dope, bro. I enjoyed this thoroughly. I thoroughly enjoyed this video, bro. That was amazing, bro. I was blown away. Never seen anything like it. I would love to see that in person one day, man. So another thing to add to my bucket list on my soul. So shout out to all y'all out there in Germany. Much love, respect. That was fire, bro. If you haven't been and you're out there, go check it out, bro, for real. But yo, I hope you enjoyed the reaction to this video. If you enjoy my reaction, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Dope Guy Big Dog. Hit the notification bell whenever I upload. From right here on Snapchat and Instagram, right across the bottom screen. Any other videos you may check out, please comment to this video, my other videos, and leave likes and comments on all my videos to help grow the channel, help the algorithm for sure. Any more videos you may check out, leave a comment in the comment section below. No, I got you. I'm gonna spin the block. But yeah, man, it's the Dope Guy, and I am out. Yes, sir.